Hey everybody. Welcome to Polly's Crochet Creations. I'm Tori, your hostess. Sorry that I haven't been on. I've had some things happening and, well, I kind of couldn't get on. Anyway, I just made a cup of coffee and I'm going to have my cup of coffee and I'm going to chat with you guys. So, I forgot my thermal mug in the living room, so I decided just to have a normal cup of coffee, and you can see the steam coming off of the cup. Anyway, this is normal coffee with caramel macchiato cream, and it says shut the front door. This is one of my favorite cups. When I picked it up, I thought of Rose from Rose Likes Crochet. Hi Rose! So, very good coffee. Very good coffee. So, I have been working on several projects, but I don't have anything to show you as of yet. I'm about halfway through my secret project I'm working on. And one of the other projects that I'm working on, I have only just started. I have started another hat. I don't know what it is with me and hats. But today's video is, I'm going to talk to you guys and bring you guys attention to a finance company here in Canada. Now, I have seen several advertisements. Thank you. I have seen several advertisements on this finance company, and it's called HUMM. Now, I went with HUMM because I thought HUMM would be a really good company, and it's a Canadian company. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go with a Canadian company for financing. I had to take one of my animals to the vet, and he is sick, and we're trying to bring him back from his problem. I'm not going to go into details with him being sick, but I needed financing. So I seen on the front of their at the pet hospital, I seen on the front there was scratch pay and this pay and that pay, and there was HUMM. So I thought, okay, HUMM is a Canadian company, so I figured I would try it out, right? So this is the card that they have in the pet hospital, and it says low fixed interest rates, instant approval within 24/7, instant approval 24/7, flexible payment plans, financing up to $30,000, take up to 5 years to pay off your loan, pay back your loan anytime without penalty. Without penalty, okay? This is what the card says. And I'll hold it here for a couple seconds. This is what the card says. Okay? Now, this is the other thing that I picked up. And it talks about HUMM. Okay? Talks about HUMM. And it says, financing made simple with HUMM. Your pet deserves the best care. Flexible financing helps you say yes to every treatment they need. Okay? It says easy digital application. Okay. Get a decision within minutes. Yep. Low fixed interest rates. Yep. No hidden fees. It's right there. It is right there. No hidden fees. You see that? And manageable monthly payments. So here's my experience with this. Okay. First time I took my animal to the vet, they checked him out, did x-rays, did blood work and whatnot. He was on the borderline of kidney failure. Okay. Okay. We can try and bring this back by changing his diet and whatnot. Okay. I'm willing to do whatever I can to make my pet healthy. That first visit was $600 and something. Okay, not a problem. Went through fine. Yesterday, I took my animal to the vet because he needed some work done. He needed more blood work and other things done. So I took him to the vet. In that visit, initially the first time I had to pay, okay, $113 for the visit a week ago. Before they would approve the payment. So I have to pay $113 out of my pocket to HUMM before they'll approve the payment, or before they'll approve paying the vet. Okay. Yesterday, because I had gone on and I applied for another loan just to make sure that I had enough if he had to go for surgery, because I didn't know how much surgery was going to cost. So yesterday, what they did was they cut off, I borrowed a certain amount and they cut it off after the first treatment. They cut it off. And they started another loan. So I had to pay them $145 for them to approve the payment. But yet it says no hidden fees. Okay? Now this is HUMM. So in 10 days, I have to take my animal back to the vet, and I'm going to have to pay another fee for him to get looked at, and before HUMM will approve the payment, I have to pay another fee. Needless to say, I'm not going through HUMM anymore. Hold that thought. Sorry, I'm having sinus issues. So, needless to say, I am not impressed with HUMM. I spent about an hour on the phone with them this morning. And I even told the guy, I said, look, I never had this problem with scratch pay at all. I said, if I needed an increase, I called them, said I needed an increase, and they would increase it. Okay? I said, I did not have this problem where they would allow me for this amount, say $900, they would allow me $900. The treatment came to like $200 or whatever. I did not have to pay them a fee before they would approve the thing. And I said, you have your loan set up so stupidly. I said, I applied for this amount and I should be able to use from zero to the amount that I applied for and was approved for before you close that loan off. I said, this is stupid where you automatically I have to make a payment to you, okay, to HUMM, and then you'll approve the payment. But you'll just cut it off, and then you'll start another loan under the same one, and I have to make another payment. That doesn't make any sense. And I kept getting the same answer from the people, the higher up, the higher manager. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. I said, so you're making it more difficult for us, the consumer. And I said, my pet has to go to the vet again in 10 days. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to have to pay you a fee, and then you'll approve whatever the payment is. No. They are ripping you off. They're ripping me off. They're ripping me off because every time I have to go, they're starting a new loan. So the first loan was $600, whatever. The second loan is $800. I still have $200 left on that money that I borrowed, and they're starting another loan. Then I have to pay them a fee before they'll approve the payment. So, if you are a follower of me, and if you have to go to the animal hospital, whatever, you have to take your pet into the vet and you need financing, or you want to go shopping, whatever, and you need financing, I'm going to say this now. I do not, in capital letters, I do not recommend HUMM, the finance company. I do not recommend them because of my experience with them. And if you choose to use HUMM, and if you're approved for a certain amount, say you're approved for $1,500 or you're approved for $1,000, whatever, I recommend that you take that whole amount that you're approved for and get your vet to make a bill for that whole amount right off the bat. If you use HUMM, I will never use them again. I can tell you that right now. I will never use them again. I am extremely disappointed in this finance company because I have had to pay about $300, which does not show on the bill that I've made that payment of $300. They're ripping me off. So now that I've done my ranting and raving about this company, I'm just getting the word out. Do not use HUMM. Do not use HUMM as a finance company. Yeah, I've had nothing but a very bad experience with them. And the next time I need financing, I will go with the American company Scratch Pay. I want to try and keep the finances in Canada, but I'm extremely disappointed in this finance company. Extremely. I know, I gotta get my desk cleaned off. I gotta get my table cleaned off, and I gotta get my other table set up so I can start doing my tutorials. But it has been a heyday of a month. This month, and I haven't had a time to pretty much do anything. So, but I don't have any crochet to show you as per se, okay? I have been doing, and I want to do more of these, but I have been doing samples of hat increases, and I have been doing the hats as well. So this one here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 6 increases. And I'm trying to keep them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So I'm trying to keep the circles together with the hats. I ran out of yarn. That's why I couldn't finish this hat. I ran out of yarn. And I just flubbed it. I just remembered. I have yarn. I have this yarn somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where. But that's what I've been doing with this. Because I want to do a video on hats. And how many increase rounds. And whatnot. So, and this hook here, if I'm not mistaken, is the 5mm. Yeah, I think this is the 5mm, and it's the Pioneer Woman hooks. It crochets really nice. I do have to say, it crochets really nice. I am a I am a pencil holder for crochet. I don't do the knife. I find this really uncomfortable. So I'm a pencil holder, and it does crochet very nice. So that's one project that I have been working on. That kind of got on the sidetrack because I'm working on like 3 blankets right now. I did purchase some yarn that I was going to show you guys. Oh, this is black faux fur, white faux fur. This is for my hats. This is brown faux fur that I found at Walmart a while back. There's my eardrops. I just found my eardrops. Yes! I know how excited I can get over just something so silly. And then here's another lighter color faux fur. I got into the habit of putting faux fur on my hats at Christmas time because I thought they looked so awesome. These here, I was going to do a review on these. I had picked them up a while ago. These here are rings that I use for my towel holders. I love these, and I can't remember if I've done a towel holder tutorial. If I haven't, and you want a tutorial on how to do a towel holder, just pop it down in the comments below, and I will try and get that done. Now, these here, I think these are so cute. And I bought the packs that have the really bright popping colors in it. I love popping colors. And this is a kit, and it's called Mini Yarn Skeins. Made in China. Each little skein is 10 grams each. And there's 9 of them, so there's 90 grams. Which each of them is 40 meters and 43.7 yards. Now, I love them. I love the colors, and it's called Knit It. It's called Knit It. I picked these up at the dollar store. I picked up 2 actually, because I thought about doing a hat or something in this, and I thought it would be like pretty cool because I could take 2 strands of each and run them through. Just an idea. Not sure if I'm going to do it yet, but like I said, I'm working on it. I have to remind myself to send that email to my friend. I know I should actually start doing some more shawls, but I need to get some of my projects done before I start anything else, because I get tired of a project and I do another. Tired of the project, do another. That's how come I end up like 30 projects on the go. I do have to say I'm so proud of myself when I finished this. I could not believe it. Now, my dear friend Crystal from Bag O' Day Crochet, she used to call this the spider web shawl, or the Spider-Man shawl. Now, this is how mine turned out. I love it. It is so beautiful. It is very big. It is nice. I made it with one of the yarns that Crystal had sent me. Kleenex is falling all over the place. So I made it with, and I do love this yarn. This is called Yarn Art Flowers Alpaca. It is a 2-weight, which I think it's more like a 3-weight, because I found it really easy to work with. It is made in Turkey. It says the 3.5 millimeter knitting needles or 3.5 millimeter crochet hook. Down you go. So it is hand wash, possibly dry clean, possibly iron, and do not tumble dry, do not bleach, and dry flat. It is 20% alpaca and 80% acrylic. Sorry, my cat's wanting attention. So that is the Yarn Art Flowers Alpaca. I love the yellow. Oh my god, I love the yellow. I love all colors. Rainbow is my favorite. Yellow is yellow, emerald green, and a nice luscious red, like I'm wearing right now. Sometimes a little bit darker. Perfect. And this is my Canada shirt. This is my Canada shirt. Love Canada! So, but I have a little guy. Come on. Come on. Turn around. Come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. You say hi to the people? Say hello. Hey. Say hello. This is Thunder. You want some attention from Mommy, don't ya? Hmm? Probably wants to go in the living room with Daddy. You're such a handsome boy. Yes, you are. My little boy, Thunder. He's not little anymore. I think he's like 11 years old now. So, I wanted to get the word out about that company here in Canada, that HUMM finance company. I would not recommend them, because if you get a loan for a certain amount, then you're going to have to either use that whole loan on whatever you're going to use it for, or you're going to have to pay every single time you need to use it. So I don't recommend them at all. Hey, Bubby. Yes. I love you. And I'm sorry I ranted on so much about that. There you go. I did find some fabric. I didn't know what fabric I wanted to use when I'm doing like little change purses and stuff. I found this a long time ago. I think these are so cute. Little panels. I'm probably not going to use them because I don't know how to sew. I was never taught that, but I do know somebody who will use them, and we have a mail strike now in Canada. So I think once the mail strike is over, I might send these to my friend. I think she's in Ontario. Like I said, this is just stuff that I picked up for 25 and 50 cents. And I thought I was going to use them when I was making change purses. But yeah, it didn't work out that way. I think this is too flimsy. Yeah, I think this is too flimsy. It's like nightgown, silky type stuff. Yeah, might be too flimsy. But I'll just throw it all in a box and send it to my friend that I know sews, and she likes scrappy scraps. I think she'll be able to find use for it. So, but yeah. I don't have anything else. Oh, I did find some crochet hooks that I I forgot that I had even picked them up. So I'm going to do a video on that, hopefully soon. The crochet hooks that I picked up. And I'm working on trying to get this area clean so that I can actually start my videos. I might have to rent a storage bin and just get rid of a lot of stuff. But no, that's what's happening. I go back to my regular shifts now. I was on the other team for 2 weeks for training in my new position, and now I'm going to be back to my normal shifts. So, and I think I got to go through a lot of my crocheted stuff that's finished, and I think I have to pack them up and donate them because I'm getting an accumulation of a lot. So, but other than that, everything's good. Copacetic, awesome. I'm feeling good. So, some of my videos in the near future are going to be, I've been going online and I've been searching for Canadian yarn companies so that I can actually order yarn inside of Canada instead of ordering yarn outside of Canada, because when we order yarn, we have to keep our order under $60, because if it goes over $60, we get charged duties and taxes on the yarn. Also, now with this tariff war thing that's going on from, well, we'll just say it, from Trump, with the tariffs, I think that the yarn's going to be even more expensive for us here in Canada. So I am going online and I'm finding Canadian yarn companies, for example, Mary Maxim, Yarn Inspirations, There's a few other ones that I've come across. And then also too, there's companies like Knitting Time, which are local brick and mortar stores across Canada. I'm looking into finding those local brick and mortar stores in each different province, and eventually I'm going to start doing videos on that. When we finally are able to get a vehicle, I am going to start going down regularly and doing Knitting Time videos and featuring yarns from Knitting Time, which is our local yarn store here in Lethbridge, Alberta. So, I've talked your ear off enough. It is like 30 minutes now. And I appreciate you all listening to me babble and gabble. I just wanted to get the word out about that company, that finance company. I do not recommend them at all. That was my top priority when I was doing this video. I do not recommend that HUMM finance company at all, because you have to pay money to them, or you have to pay money to them, which does not come off of your bill. Okay, that's the key point. It does not come off of your bill to use their finance company. So, which I think is not right. So, if you find something on YouTube that you like to do or are interested in doing, don't quit. Keep trying, because eventually it'll be like a light bulb goes off in your head and you'll be like, oh, wow, that's how you do it. Hopefully soon I will get on and I will do a live. I would have done it tonight, but I'm kind of, well, it's 11 o'clock here, so I don't know, maybe I'll go on for a few minutes. It's hard to say. Oh, that coffee is so good. So, you all have a great day, evening, weekend, wherever you may be. And you guessed it, you know it, it's coming. Keep on hooking. Catch you on the next one. Bye for now.